9,220 pounds. Just a beautiful Sierra fifth wheel coming in down here at Advantage One RV. It has been barn kept. The folks just weren't using it enough, decided to let it go. It has been exceptionally well maintained during its lifetime, and kind of like yours truly, it's got a big old belly on it. And I hesitate to use this phrase because it sounds so sleazy, but it fits. This thing's a cream puff. It was stored in a barn. It was kept. They kept it clean. Like, I found like one spot that had a couple cobwebs I had to knock down. That's it. It wasn't just sitting in a barn abandoned. They still cleaned it, maintained it, did the conditioning. This is a find right here. And with no slides over here on the door side, this is super park friendly if you want to build a deck onto something. But 9,200 pounds, good 3/4 ton or better, you'd yank it all over the United States, man. Now, the layout is pretty straightforward and pretty classic. It's just a front bedroom slide with a split open bath, which gives you a lot of room to actually stand up and get dressed when you get out of the shower or the tub. But back here, you got a big living room, kitchen, super slide with just windows galorage all over the place in here. Gives it very nice, large open feel and that classic kind of honey oak color. I like the farmhouses. I like a lot of the decors the manufacturers are doing today. I can appreciate the modern aesthetic and updated touches. But this is what camping looked like to me when I was a kid. And it's still what it's like that music that you listen to in high school. Music will never get better than the music that you listen to in high school. I don't care if you were in high school in the 50s, the 60s, in the 90s, the 2000s, whatever. That is going to be the best music you've ever heard in your life. Well, that's kind of how this just feels to me. It just feels classic. Takes me back to camping with my grandparents as a kid, you know. All the windows open for airflow, one of which I love, that giant kitchen window over here. That is nice. It's hard to get, with no slides on the door side, it's hard to get good window coverage over there. And that's definitely something I know a lot of modern buyers are really seeking. So this classic floor plan actually does a pretty good job of that. Giving you a look at all the storage here, easy access to our water heater for winterization. It's got like a motorhome style kind of, I call it pull-out pantry, perfect pantry there. I'm just eyeballing it. I believe that is an 8 cubic foot gas electric fridge freezer. It might be a 10, but at the time this was made, only the really, really upper end luxury fifth wheels tended to have those. And this is definitely in that upper middle class segment. I don't think it's one of the ones that would have had a 10 cubic foot fridge though. But the classic storage solutions like above the seating, that extra peninsula kick-out cabinet space right there. And I love those glass inserts. Like, there's a lot of really nice, classy touches going on in here. It does have a sliding privacy door when we come upstairs. And like I said, this is a split bath, which is the classic design that was all over the place. Rather than a separate bathroom and bedroom, this kind of design was necessarily because it shaved 22 inches and a lot of weight off an RV. That's a queen mattress right there, a true queen. But I'm looking. I haven't hard measured it. I think it might be 70-inch wide, like camp king bed capable, like a 70 by 80 kind of mattress or something like that. This is also made a little bit before a lot of big fifth wheels had washer dryer hookups. That was more of a novelty and a specialized thing. But you've got I like the symmetry up front here. You've got that big middle closet, but you've got individual kind of mine and yours side cabinets with a lot of dresser space down here. This right here is something classic fifth wheels did much better than almost any modern fifth wheel. That extra dresser space right there. And again, with the split bath design, you'll see that you have that track right there. You do have a privacy visual breakpoint that snakes through here so that you can enclose off that bathroom space separate from our living area here. Big corner vanity, lots of space around that sink. And that's a big, this is just classic Forest River things right here. Big giant sink. And that's actually one of the first things I look at when I'm examining a used RV. Are the sinks clean? People who just neglect RVs tend not to clean the sinks. Ooh, you're getting a good reflection of me in the mirror there. I wasn't joking. I got that belly, guys. Me and this camper, we got something in common right there. And that is where she might go to use, well, when the fuel's done in the tank, as it were. Extra large vent fan up there. Everybody's favorite thing after a aggressive Taco Tuesday. And I like that that raised panel door. That just, You don't see that as much anymore. Everything is just a flat panel, a little bit thinner, a little bit smaller, maybe lighter weight. It always, that three-dimensional look looks good to me. Something else I like, this bed slide is actually extended over here. That extra closet is encompassed in the bed slide, so you're getting a, well, really a fourth hanging closet space. But here's a thought. Depending on how you camp, you theoretically could remove that cabinet, because that is just installed in the slide box. That won't really hurt anything, unless you take the Gallagher Sledge-O-Matic to it, obviously. But you could open this space up if you really wanted like an extra wide king bed in here, or if you wanted to have like a little dog bed space, you could very easily make a little alcove for him by removing that bottom drawer. I like how factory fresh this still is in terms of the fact that it's not really been modified, but it's actually a floor plan that really could be easily modified in a couple ways to fit a few people very nicely. Oh crap, I forgot to record the outside of that thing. Kia Soul, don't fail me now. Man, I hate it when I do that. I've done it a couple times. I'll forget one segment or another of a video and have to come back out and catch it. Good news is, I'm not disappointed seeing this RV again. As I mentioned previously, it was stored inside a barn. It wasn't born in a barn, but kind of in a factory, but it was stored in a barn, and it shows. The skin is still gleaming, the decals are not cooked and faded. The exterior of this RV looks far, far younger than the actual chronological age of the RV would lead you to think. I like it when I get the opportunity to bust out those fancy chronological type words. And again, I mean, you can still see like all the gel coat on the fiberglass and everything. We already saw inside that big belly I was talking about, but she's also heated and protected underneath. Now, we get kind of spoiled by certain things like automatic transmissions on vehicles. You just assume a new vehicle has one. You don't even think about it being a manual. That's kind of what this is. This doesn't have the full auto leveling suite that you just naturally associate with the fifth wheel nowadays. It's power front leveling jacks. It is still manual rear stabilizers. So you level front to back with the jacks in the front, and then you just drop the jacks in the back down real quick with, say, like a drill and a bit adapter, just to keep it from, rocking and rolling around on you. One thing I did want to point out here, though, I mentioned it previously, is how patio-friendly this RV is. With no deck over here, with no slide over here on the door side, it's super deck-friendly. Screwed myself on up. It also has the traditional, fold-in steps. Not everybody loves those stable steps, and the RV is big enough. If you wanted to update to a set of stable steps, the door's wide enough, you could do that. But you don't have to. Now, I want to talk about the tires real quick, because the RV, again, is in good shape. It's been protected. The tires are physically in good condition. I'm not seeing dry rot or weather checking or anything like that. But oh, wait a minute. Just as I say that, I do see just a little bit of it. I must have missed that my first time through. What I was going to mention, though, is it's probably still advisable, and even more so now, but this is up to user discretion, to update and replace those tires if you're planning on some significant towing. Now, if you're, the other reason I was going to say that is the date code, the DOT age code, does not follow modern formats, which tells me those are probably original tires, which, given the condition of the RV, would not surprise me in the slightest. But if you're just going to park it as a seasonal, up to you. Obviously, my professional advice is if you're going to get it on the road at all, you should be replacing the tires. But if you're just going to park it at a seasonal, some people may say, I'm not going to worry about that. That's really, again, up to the discretion of the future owner. And I think at this point it's pretty obvious. It was cleaned, it was maintained, it was protected, it was stored in a barn. You got the vent covers added over the living room and the bedroom up there. Again, you got the big vent fan over here in the bathroom. But these seals do appear to be all factory original. Because the RV was stored inside, they've lasted far, far longer than they traditionally would have. And at the very least, it's definitely at a stage where it needs some touch-up beads. But actually, wow, I'm shocked at how pliable that still is. I was literally just about to say, given the age, it's probably advisable to do a full peel and seal. But after touching these, they're not chalky. Yeah, wow! I'm shocked at that. You may be able to get away with just doing a touch-up bead. A full peel and seal wouldn't hurt, but that is a heck of a lot of work. that you might not need to do here. You wouldn't regret it once it's done. It just might not be fun getting there. But at the very least, it definitely needs some touch-ups. And hopefully little things like that, being willing to get on top of the RV to show you around, to show you where the RV is in great shape, and maybe some things that might need to be fair and giving you both sides of that coin. I hope that gives you the confidence to work with us here. We're ready when you're ready. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and we're even willing to make a second trip down, everyone. Maybe not we, maybe just me from having a bonehead moment. But hey,